In this lecture, we will talk about Android security structure, and explaining Android security structure is a bit longer. So I have divided this lecture into 3 parts, and this is part 1. So let's start. Google actually inputs security features and work with developers and device implementers to keep the Android platform and the ecosystem in a safe environment. And again, it's not so much only about the actual Android platforms or your mobile device or your tablet or your refrigerator, whatever the case is actually running Android, but also as far as actually ecosystem, right? How you are connecting to the app stores, how you interact with APIs and so on. Now the beauty is that Android is designed to be open, and one of the challenges is that it has a little less controlled when compared to the other alternatives like Apple iOS. Now Google tries to maintain the Android platform to offer an application environment to help protect the confidentiality, integrity and availability of users and also of the data and the applications and the actual device itself. And of course the ecosystem as well. Now both Apple and Google have dedicated a lot of resources to make their mobile operating systems fairly secure. Some of the main challenges in security is whenever users root their device or jailbreaking the devices and leaving them open to either malware or compromised applications. Okay. Now the main Android platform building blocks are of course the device hardware, right? That runs on the terms of hardwares. So that includes your smartphone, your tablet, your smartwatches, cars, smart TVs, gaming systems, etc. A lot of things actually run Android nowadays. Now the other beauty is that Android is process or agnostic, right? But it does take advantage of some of the hardware specific security capabilities, especially in the ARM architecture. Okay? And there's actually a security capability called ARM execute never, right? There prevents a remote execution or arbitrary execution of any type of buffer overflows. Perhaps that actually can be exploited in the system. Okay? Now the Android operating system is the core operating system and it's actually built on top of the Linux kernel. So it's all based on Linux. All device resources like the camera, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, telephony functions, the network connectivity, etc. are accessed via the operating system itself. Okay. Now you also have the Android application runtime. Android applications are actually most often written in Java programming language and they actually run in the Android runtime, right? And they refer this as the ART. However, many applications including the core Android services and other applications are actually native applications or include native libraries within the operating system itself. Now the Android applications extend the core Android operating system and there are 2 primary sources for these applications. Okay. So the first is pre-installed applications that come with your device and second is the user installed applications via the Google Play or any other stores that can be accessed mostly if you root the device. And that leads to the problem with security as I mentioned before.